My apologies, I totally forgot to turn the camera on. Forgot to turn the camera on, but here we go. So I totally forgot to turn on the camera, and it's okay though. I decided that I was going to follow Molly's layout for the wave. I did see some others that I liked as far as the white foam look, but yeah, I tried it off camera, it didn't work. So, what I'm doing here is I am laying out the paint going around to shape the wave. What I've learned, and it actually was, I guess, validated watching Molly's video, is that dark blue goes really nice close to the edges of the canvas. And when you come toward the inner where the white is, it looks good to have some white up there because it makes a nice foam. Now I did realize it when I did this. However, when you do this, there is a lot going on, and it looks easy. Like pick up the blow dryer and just get to blowing, but that's not what's happening. There's a lot going on. There's paint flying and blowing everywhere, and you're trying to control the blow dryer as well as decide, which direction you're gonna go in first. If I'd have taken a few seconds to breathe when I first started and then in between instead of the excitement, as you see, I'm blowing here, um, then I think that I would have made certain choices. But when you start blowing, you just, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's you're concerned about making sure that there's some clashing, that it looks like waves, but as well, waves when they come around like this, that's a big clash, and you want to make sure that you get the clash. I tried to look at Molly's. I should have read to see how consistent she made her paint, because I didn't look. I just tried to eyeball it, and I think mine may have been a hint thicker, because I noticed with hers when she blows it, she gets a splashy look. I'm getting a wave look, but almost like a perfect wave, like if I was going to do a blowout. So it's not as good as a blowout, but it's kind of like in that area. So what I did learn is that I'm going to need to make the paints probably a little thinner. And also, I know people don't like to add the Floetrol, but I gotta be honest, it dries so fast, and so you really need that flow that the Floetrol gives. So I didn't add Floetrol in the paint. Instead of paint and water, I added the Floetrol in the mix in my water to make like a medium, and you know I use that to stretch the colors and thin them out or whatever. Only about 10%, but maybe even less, but still. But I still don't think it's enough. With this technique, you have to move fast. It dries, then it gets stubborn and doesn't want to move. And also, I learned you can't blow dry in the same spot more than once. If you do, you begin to make I'm sorry, you can get away with twice, 3 times is a gamble, but by the third time or after, you're starting to make mud. And even though it's blue, so it's a pretty mud, it's still mud. If you notice somewhere around the top right, where it's kind of like, it's not sky blue, right there where I'm pouring that blue, that's because it began to mud. All the colors came together and created a muddy type of color. And it may more so be that particular color. I didn't have some other colors mixed up in there. But I did say that, from now on, I'm going to try to, honestly, let me back up. I have a few things that I want to do. So let me explain it. You'll see this. I kind of wrote it down the road. And then I'm going to just let the video play with some music so you can see my journey in creating the wave technique. But what I learned was, or what I decided well, what I learned and decided is that when you blow dry with different blowers, you get not only a different effect, but some may work, in my opinion, a little better than others. For example, I didn't want the big blow dryer because it's like 2200 watts to like blow all crazy. So for when I started seeing some of the blue on the white, I started using the smaller blow dryer, although I did it off camera because I wasn't sure I was going to turn out. But I used the smaller blow dryer, and whoa, it was so much better. It was definitely good to clean up some of the blue that had gotten in the white, which you can't really see here. If you're on a computer, you may see, but just looking on my phone as I'm recording this audio, you can't see. But there was some blue that kind of mixed into the white, and I did cover it with the white. But the white was, you're doing so much work, the white starts to dry up fast and everything. So it was just a bit of a challenge. But what I noticed with the small blow dryer, it gives you a really, really nice look. Let me see. I am going to do a challenge for myself, or a comparison and contrast of doing a painting with the small blow dryer only, and then compare it with this one, because this one was mostly the blow dryer. I only did the white with the small blow dryer. So I want to compare it with this one. And then I want to do one with the big blow dryer, but taking the nozzle off and holding it directly over the paint, not on a slant, directly over. When I do it with the blow dryer and hold it directly over the paint, the way that paint splatters, it looks like a wave. And so I said, I'm going to do that. As far as whether or not I'm going to need to do some angles, I'm not sure, but I noticed when I held it directly on top, the way that it pushed the paint out circular, it just was gorgeous. I can't even explain it. And I'm thinking if I hold it over, it's going to do that. And then if I move it slowly, then it's going to not only make it spread, but keep that same look going. But maybe not because I'm moving it. So I don't know, but I am going to get a very small canvas and I'm going to play and experiment with it. And I'm going to compare the three, and let's see which one, turns out the best. Based on whichever one turns out the best will likely be the one that I will, make my thing. And then I don't know how, but and I can't remember who it was. I have to go back and look at the video, but there was someone who had, I was looking at their video earlier, and not only did she make the wave, but she did it with like a swipe. I wasn't particular about that. But what she did was when she got up there towards where the wave comes like around at the top like that and kind of hangs down like it tucks under. I forget what Molly calls it, but right up there, she did something with her swipe knife, like a choppy kind of thing, where she added some paint up in there and was kind of like chopping at it. And I liked it because it gave it a nice foamy look. Because when this water in the sea, when it makes the wave and it crashes like this, like what we're portraying in a painting like this, there is some white, there's some foam, it is some foam from the clashes all hitting each other. And then, if it's so strong that it pushes the wave up and folds it around like that, there's definitely some foam. That's why when it comes ashore, it presses up against the sand like that. And so I want to figure out how to get that white. I did figure out how to get the white when it's in the wave closest to the white background. I figured out how to do that one. I think I was so exhausted and just wanted to stop here before I messed it up like I did the first one, that I ended up swiping only to look at it the day later and say, oh, that wasn't that bad. But it's okay. The more experience, the better. But I figured out how to get that foamy look. You just, after you blow it out, you're going to go along maybe about an inch or two into the blue, maybe about an inch and a half into the blue from the white. And you're gonna like kind of lace it around, and then you're gonna take the blow dryer. I think I did it with the nozzle off, but you could probably still do it with the nozzle and hold it directly over. And so then the white will spread, but then of course you'll probably have to push a little blue in there so it's mostly white looking like foam. But anyway, I saw the way she did it, and when something that she did with the dryer, or no, wait, was it her or Molly? I don't know, but I just saw someone's blow dryer, maybe even mine, when it hit that white with that blue close to that edge. It really looked like foam. So, and I like that. And I did see it in Molly's. It might have been Molly's. Like I said, another thing I also saw with Molly's was that toward the bottom of the canvas on her square canvas video, she has the blue, the navy blue. And I like that better because the water is more settled, at least in my mind. The water is more settled toward the bottom. It's up at the top that it's clashing. So if at the bottom of the canvas it is mostly blue, the bottom and even going towards the sides is mostly blue, and then it gets lighter as it comes out, but because it's crashing, it's maybe lighter also with some other color, like the lighter blues, because I have about 3 or 4 different blues going on, and then the white. That should happen towards the middle, outside of the darker blue. It just looks more realistic. But anyway, I talked more than I wanted to. I hope you all enjoyed the video. As I am learning this wave technique, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you soon. And thank you for helping me get even closer to my 1,000 subscribers.